students. Here in today's video, we are going to see chemical kinetics. Initially, we will just see what are the basics about chemical kinetics. For that, we will take an experiment where, say for example, I am carrying out a reaction where A goes to product. Now students, when time is equal to 0, means when I started the reaction, I have taken 100 gram of the reactant. At that initial time, I observed that no product is getting formed because initially the rate will be very slow. But as the time passes, means when the time becomes say 20 minutes, I observed that this is 99 gram left here and this is 1 gram getting formed. As the time continues, I observed after 2 hours, this concentration of the reactant is 75 and the product is 25. What it indicates, student, that as the time passes, the concentration of the reactant is decreasing while simultaneously the concentration of the product is increasing. Means the reaction is proceeding towards the product side. I observe that after 4 hours, this concentration is 60 and this is 40. And after 8 hours time, I observed that this is again 60 and 40. This is a stage where we can say that the equilibrium stage has established. Now students, when you observe this experiment, what we observe here, that one thing which is changing is time. So what is changing is time is changing, and as the time changes, the concentration of the reactant, it decreases while the concentration of the product, it increases. With respect to what? With respect to time. This is what is called as kinetics. Kinetics is any study with respect to time, then we use the word kinetics. Here I have used the term chemical kinetics because we will be dealing with the chemical reactions. So students, what is chemical kinetics now? So chemical kinetics is the branch of chemistry. Let us write what is chemical kinetics. It is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of rate of a chemical reaction, the factors affecting the rate of a chemical reaction, and the mechanism. Mechanism means, student, the mode or the way the reaction proceeds, the mechanism by which the reaction occurs. Is my definition complete? No, because we are studying kinetics, so your definition must end with respect to time. This term is very important because we are studying all those changes with respect to time. So one thing what we have studied is that as the time passes, the concentration of the reactant decreases while the concentration of the product increases. Now we have to define the rates with respect to reactants, with respect to products, and in general for a reaction. Now students, for that, let us say the definition. Now this is what is chemical kinetics. Let us see the second definition, and that is rate. Rate with respect to reactants. Now how you will write this rate with respect to reactants is that the rate of a chemical reaction means the speed with which the reaction takes place. It's just as your linear speed. Like we express that as distance covered upon time taken to cover the distance. Same is for the reaction. How much reaction has completed and how much time is taken for that. and therefore we create definitions based on reactants, based on products, and for the reaction in general. So rate with respect to reactants. So let us see first for the reactants. Now what is happening to reactant, student? Here is concentration is decreasing, and therefore I can say that it is the decrease in the concentration of the reactants with respect to time. Now students, instead the word decrease, there are few more words what you can use, and those words are consumption, because as the time passes, reactants, they are getting consumed or slowly they are disappearing. So we use the other word, that is disappearance. So two more words what you can use instead of decrease, that is consumption and disappearance. Similarly, let us write what is rate with respect to products. So it is, now instead decrease, they are increasing. So it is the increase in the concentration of the products with respect to time. Like we have used those two words for decrease, similarly we have some few words for increase, and that is formation or appearance. So those are the terms what we'll be using for reactants and products. Few more sign conventions what we use for reactants is the minus sign, and for the products we use a plus sign. Now let us create the definition for a reaction. So what is rate for reaction? Now when I say for a reaction, we cannot restrict to reactants and products. So we will combine the above two definitions and we will try to write for the rate of the reaction. So what is the rate of the reaction? It can be defined as it is the increase or decrease in the concentration of, if you write increase, I will write products first. Concentration of products or reactants with respect to time. Now students, this is about the definitions. The reaction, you know that there are various other reasons why the rate of various reactions, they are not same, because when a reaction proceeds, it involves breaking of the old bonds and formation of the new bonds. And you know, depending upon the strength of the bond, different amount of energy is required, and if this energy is not sufficiently supplied, the bond takes time to get broken up, and therefore some reactions they are slow and some reactions they are fast. We usually prefer slow reactions if you want to really understand the mechanism properly, and therefore let us take some of the examples and how to write the rates for those reactants. So let us go for the examples. So here I am considering a reaction where A goes to B. So this is an example. Now students, I will write the same for the reactant, for the product, and in general for the reaction. So let us go for the first one, that is rate with respect to reactants. So how I will write here is equal to decrease in the concentration. Now to denote concentration, I will use this type of symbol which we call it as active mass of A upon time taken, because it is with respect to time. So this is time taken. Now all the time it is not possible to write the statements in this way, and therefore to indicate the decrease, what I said, we use a minus sign. So it will be minus we use a delta or a D, what you will understand in the coming videos. Here I am taking average rate, so I will use, this is change in the concentration of A with respect to, same sign I will use here, delta T. So this is how I will show the rate with respect to reactant. Now student, if I want the same, that is rate with respect to products, how I will write this? This is increase in the concentration of, now here the product is B, increase in the concentration of B upon time taken. So this will be equal to, I'll use a plus sign for the product. So it will be plus delta B delta T. So this is how I will write. Now students, if I want to write this in general for the reaction, then how I will write is rate of a reaction with respect to time. Now here I am not using the word reactant or product. So I have to write for the complete reaction. So how I will write is, I will combine this is equal to this. So that way I will write. So how to write this is equal to, for reactant I will use minus delta A by delta T is equal to plus delta B by delta T. So this is how I will write for the complete reaction. Now student, what will be the unit for rate? So to know the unit for rate, you can take any one out of this. So I am using this. What is the unit for this active mass? This active mass means mole per liter or mole per dm cube. So for this, let us take the first component minus A. Here minus or positive sign only indicates increase or decrease. So what is the unit here student is mole per dm cube or mole per liter upon time, or you can take this as second. So what will be the unit for rate? Therefore, unit for rate is mole per dm cube time inverse. What is mole per dm cube student? Mole per dm cube is molar. So you can write molar second inverse. So this is the unit for rate. Now if the same reaction, if it is carried out in the gaseous state, then we consider partial pressure. So if, this is important student, if the reaction is in gaseous state, then what will be the same thing, but I will not use active mass, I will use partial pressure of A upon time taken. So this will be the way I will write, and partial pressure is always in atmospheric pressure upon second. So what will be the unit? ATM second inverse. This is only if the reaction is in its gaseous state. So this is about the rate, how to write this. Let us take one more example. So for that example, we will take something where the stoichiometric coefficients, they are involved. So students, the next example what I will take is the formation of ammonia. Now first let us write the equation. If I say formation, how I will write? N2 gas plus. Here I am taking this in the liquid state so that I can go for the same rate. So it will give me NH3. This is 2. So I will balance this in this way. Equation is balanced now. Now let us write the reaction here. So the rate with respect to nitrogen is equal to, now nitrogen if you see is the reactant, so how I will write? minus delta N2 delta T. How I will write for this now? So this will be rate with respect to hydrogen. Hydrogen is also the reactant, so its concentration will also decrease. So it will be minus delta H2 by delta T. Now the question is where or how I should write this 3. So students, this 3 will never raise here. You have to write this in this way. I'll explain why after some time. This is 1 upon 3. This way I will write. Now here, if I see the rate with respect to ammonia, how I will write this? Plus delta NH3 delta T. Now this 2, I will write it as half. Now why we write this? Because if I consider the rate in general for the reaction, how I will write? So rate of the reaction with respect to time. How I will write this? I will relate all the concentrations. So how I will write them? Minus delta N2 delta T is equal to minus 1 upon 3 delta H2 delta T is equal to half delta NH3 delta T. Now students, what is taken for the reaction? If I take nitrogen here, how much is taken? Is 1 mole of nitrogen is now reacting with 3 moles of hydrogen. I'm using the coefficients. So here I'm taking 3 moles of this, and how much I'm getting is 2 moles of ammonia. So students, if I'm equating them, for 1 mole of nitrogen, all 3 moles of hydrogen, they are not required. Only 1 is required, and therefore out of those 3, only 1 will react, and therefore only 1/3 is utilized for the reaction. And when 1/3 is utilized, when only 1 mole of ammonia will be formed, so 1 will remain as it is. So what we take here is half, and therefore we use the coefficients in this way. Now let us see the graphs, how to draw them. So to know the graphs, we will be seeing 4 graphs. So let us see the first graph. Graph and units, they are very, very important for this chapter. So the graphs what we will be seeing is, so the first graph I will be showing for rate and time. Here you have rate and this is time. The second graph what we'll be seeing is the concentration of the reactants with respect to time. Third graph, so that we can draw them simultaneously. Understanding the graph is important with respect to time. And the fourth graph, we'll be seeing the combined graph, that is concentration with respect to time. Now student, the first and very important rule, when you draw the graph, your y-axis is named first and then x-axis. So what I will call the first graph is rate versus time. Concentration of the reactant versus time, concentration of the products versus time, and concentration with respect to time. For that, I will take help of the experiment what we have studied. So now students, if you see this is the first one what we have seen here. The concentration of the reactant, it decreases with respect to time. So if I see this concentration of the reactant, it decreases with time. Initially the concentration was very high. So I will start from here, and after that it goes on decreasing, but it will never become 0. So I will draw the graph in this way. This is for the reactant concentration with respect to time. So it will be remain of something like this. So this is the first graph. If I go for the products, so products, what is happening? Concentration is increasing with respect to time. If you see this, So initially it was 0. So I will start from here. It goes on increasing and then it remains constant. So this is what the graph for product versus time. This is concentration. So I have to combine both the graphs. So let us draw the first one in this way. This is for the products. And this is for the reactants. So this combined graph can also be asked. This is for reactants. You have to mention the reactants and the products. Now let us come to the first graph, that is rate and time. Students, here if I have taken 100 moles or 100 gram of the reactant, the possibility of product formation increases because the collisions will increase. But as the time passes, the number of reactant that goes on decreasing, and therefore possibility that the product will get formed will also go on decreasing, and therefore with respect to time the rate also goes on decreasing. So the graph will be something like this, same like this. So the rate decreases with respect to time. Same is something like when you take some work or a task to do, what happens? Initially the rate or the speed is very high, and after that you get bored. What happens to rate? Rate decreases as the time passes, and therefore the rate also decreases as the time passes. Now students, here we have used delta for the denotation or for representing the rates. There is one more way to write this, and that is small d, that is infinitesimal slow. What are the types of rate? That will be seen in coming videos. So I hope you understood what is actually chemical kinetics and what or how you write the rate of the reaction. So please do like my video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you, students.